Good morning, guys. How are you all today? I thought I would just do a quick one. I'm sorry about the wobbly camera. It's the 30th of October today. It's a Tuesday. Howie and I, we're in Aggie, as you can see. We've been up to London. We stayed at a place called Abbeywood, which is a lovely little site. A 10-minute walk then to get on a train. And then half an hour, 45 minutes to get into the centre of London. So we had a retirement seminar yesterday, and that's what I wanted to come on and talk about. See, look, this is just rubbish. I'm so sorry. Wobbly. You're all going to feel sick and just won't watch this. Anyway, Howie had a retirement seminar. He probably should have gone on it before retiring, really. It's all about planning your time, your money, you know, where to invest, what to do, wills, things like that. And it was kind of a day that both of us were going, well, work's put it on, let's just go and see what it's all about. And actually, for me, one of the nicest things was, I've told you guys before that prior to having my weight loss surgery, yesterday was my worst nightmare. You know, it wasn't just Howie's work colleagues. This has been put on by his work, but a lot of other people go there, a lot of other corporate kind of people with their husbands and wives, and they're all at a certain level. And I would never, ever in a million years have been able to have gone to this without my weight loss surgery. And yesterday, you know, I was sort of like, what do you wear to something like that? I just wore a jumper dress, tights, boots. And I felt really confident and good in myself. And it was really weird because you sit around, I think there must have been 7 other girls, ladies in there with partners. Some of them, it was the women that had been working and the husbands were going along to see how this retirement lark pans out. And yeah, I wasn't overly, like, I didn't speak a lot. I've never been into a boardroom like that. That's my husband's, you know, sort of area. It's not my area. He's sitting around this huge boardroom with all these people, strangers, effectively. You don't know, you've never met. Howie, you have to put your name card in front of you. And a couple of people were like, oh, you're Howie Silver. I think we've dealt with you over the past. Because there were a few people from the same company as Howie, but obviously the company is worldwide. So it doesn't mean to say they're sitting in the same office. But they've heard each other's names or emailed each other at certain points through different parts of the job. Yeah, and for me, the biggest NSV was actually feeling like I fitted in. And that's really quite sad when you think it's all about body shape, because for me, that's exactly it. I said to Howie, for once, I didn't feel like people were staring at me. You know, I didn't feel uncomfortable. I felt like I blended in. I think 4 of us women were wearing jumper dresses, tights and boots, all very similar. So I even thought, yes, I've got the fashion right, if that makes sense. I you know, in my own head, prior to this also, I think I told you, I didn't have a fashion. I didn't know. And when I started to wear dresses, I didn't know what style of dress was me because I'd never worn them. So, yeah, it was a big NSV. It was a real non-scale victory to sit there. It was a whole day course, you know, with these people, with Howie. Felt really proud to be sat next to him. And, you know, it was just a really enjoyable day. And we've come away from it with so many hints and tips about a lot of things that I guess a lot of people just don't think about, or you don't want to think about, because you know, retirement to many people is so far off in the future. And this was a really good planning time. Luckily for me, Howie had done a lot of his research himself, and a lot of it was we already knew, because Howie had done this research and he'd done this or done that. You know, they talk about paying off your mortgage or doing this, but it was really, really interesting, and I felt good. So that's all I've come on here today, just to say, you know, another little NSV for me was sitting around a table full of strangers from the corporate world, which was my biggest nightmare. I would have such anxiety about it. I can never tell you. And yet yesterday was a really enjoyable day. So thank you to my gastric bypass. You know, I'm so grateful that I made that decision to do this, and I've made myself feel so much better, not just health wise, I mean mentally. You know, a lot of it is mental. I'm very aware. Can you see my awful rash here? Look, I've got put your teeth back in. I've Dr. Google self-diagnosed. This is a perimenopausal rash. I'm sort of at that age, and after having my ablation, which stopped my periods kind of, I still get the hormones every single month. And I think when you're perimenopausal or menopausal, your estrogen, which keeps your skin nice and supple and moist, there isn't enough estrogen. So in places where your skin is thinner, you get this rash. I used to get it all the time as well, actually, and I could take an antihistamine and it would help it, but now it doesn't. So I'm at that time again. It's horrible, and I'll end up with a real wrinkly chicken neck, or vag neck as I call it. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to say, yeah, really happy today. We're just packing up Aggie and heading home. PJ came with us as well. She's been an absolute delight, bless her. Which is good because she's getting used to coming away more and more. We're going away in January, actually, to France and Spain for 3 weeks, and we're obviously going to take her with us. So this trip, every trip we do, she gets a little bit more settled. She didn't want to be in her basket this time, though, and we did allow her to go and hide in the cupboard while we were driving, which calmed her down. So I think I'll do what's ever necessary to keep her calm and safe. So anyway, guys, just a quick one. I hope you're all really well, healthy and happy. If there's anything anybody would like me to talk about, please do. And I was talking to Howie, you know, saying that I seem to have less and less to tell you guys. So again, you know, if there's anything you'd like me to discuss, please pop him down below, and I'll happily talk about anything on YouTube. And but also Harry said I should kick my ass into gear and tell people, do a video and pictures about what I eat in a day. So perhaps this week we're going to start walking again this week. We're going to get up and go for a walk tomorrow. I say start, Harry's never done it, so he's going to start walking with me and get back into some form of exercise. Walking through London for the last 2 days, oh my god, my hips hurt more than I thought they would, and I think it's more climbing stairs that I'm not used to, up and down in the tubes and the trains. I mean, it was rush hour traffic trying to get into the centre of London. There was train delays, there was train station closures, and hordes and hordes and hordes of people. I was like, in the morning it wasn't too bad, but getting back yesterday afternoon, I said to Howie, I could not do this, and he said no. Another good reason for me to retire, not to have to be in that rat race. Anyway, I hope you're all really well, healthy and happy, and I will speak to you all again soon. Bye.